shit like I doing something. Nigga, please, nigga. They got $1 million, nigga. Broke ass nigga. Shit make a nigga heart hurt, boy. It don't make these niggas happy. These niggas ain't happy on home. Step to me, fuck nigga. I would love to, nigga. I don't care. You see me, my wife, you can step to me. I'ma smoke you. You know what's going on with me. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass, nigga. It's the only thing I believe in. That's it. Keep it in the street. That's my only rule. Anything else, I don't give a fuck anyway.
Our next story takes us to Dallas, where federal prosecutors there have charged Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty and 8 others with robbing 3 men at gunpoint and kidnapping them at a Dallas record studio earlier this year. The court documents only refer to the victims by their initials. One victim, called RD, is described as the owner of the 1017 record label, which was founded by Grammy-nominated rapper Gucci Mane, whose real name is Roger Davis. DOJ saying that the incident began with a dispute over a record contract. Fox 4 Dallas reporter David Santendry is here with more. David, what can you tell us?
Yeah, well, I can tell you this was disguised as a traditional business meeting inside a recording studio, but then it turned into an ambush.
Go make your bed.
Lontrell Williams Jr., a well-known rapper by the stage name Pooh Shiesty, was on house arrest for a firearms conviction related to drug trafficking when the Department of Justice says he led a group to rob and kidnap 3 people inside a Dallas recording studio back in January. The motive? So Pooh Shiesty could get out of a record contract with rapper Gucci Mane's label, the new 1017 Records.
We're not talking about low-level rappers here, guys who are trying to make it.
TMZ tells Fox 4 to let go of Pooh Shiesty would have been a financial blow to Gucci Mane's record label.
He had a lot of artists under his label, and then he made a decision that he was going to let go a lot of those artists. One of the very few, though, that he held on to happened to be Pooh Shiesty, because, again, Pooh Shiesty is somebody who's got a lot of fans. He's got hit music, and certainly somebody that Gucci Mane could be profitable.
According to a criminal complaint, Pooh Shiesty was upset with contract terms. Surveillance images show Pooh Shiesty, his father, and 7 others before they enter the studio. Once inside, Pooh Shiesty pulled what appeared to be a black AK-style pistol, pointing it at the head of a victim, labeled RD, demanding RD sign contractual release paperwork. RD complied. Gucci Mane's legal name, Roderick Davis, matches those initials.
The victims in this case came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence.
That wasn't the end of it. The feds say the group robbed the victims of expensive jewelry and cash.
One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness.
Pooh Shiesty lives in Frisco, according to the complaint, but investigators say most of the alleged accomplices traveling from Memphis, Tennessee, were staying at a Dallas hotel the day of the ambush, including accomplice Rodney Wright Jr., a rapper with the stage name Big 30. Social media post reportedly shows suspect Terrence Rogers wearing a variety of jewelry believed to be stolen during the robbery, even stolen sneakers. There's also a post highlighting a large amount of cash. Footage from Memphis shows federal investigators collecting evidence at the home of Pooh Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr. That was on Wednesday, the day most suspects were arrested.
We remain committed to investigating violent crimes like these.
We mentioned Pooh Shiesty lives in Frisco. That's a suburb of Texas. Again, Frisco is about 30 minutes north of Dallas, where Pooh Shiesty lives. He actually lives in an apartment right next to the Dallas Cowboys training facility. Everyone else involved is believed to have come from out of town during this event. Again, 9 people, 9 suspects we're talking about, 8 of them in custody. Feds still looking for one more who's believed to possibly be in Georgia. Austin?
David Santendry with us tonight. David, always appreciate you. You heard a little bit of the press conference in David's piece. Let's play the full thing out from the beginning. Here it is.
Good morning. I'm Catherine Miller, the Acting Public Affairs Officer for the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Northern District of Texas. Today, you're going to hear from Ryan Rabel, the United States Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, Jeremy Wright, Assistant Special Agent in charge of FBI Dallas. And we will have a brief question and answer session after their remarks. Please identify yourself by your name and your media outlet when asking questions, and confine the content of your questions to today's press conference. At the podium, joining Ryan Raybould and Jeremy Wright is Executive Assistant Chief of Police with the Dallas Police Department, Terrence Rhodes, Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Withers, Assistant U.S. Attorney Claire Demers, and Assistant U.S. Attorney and Violent Crimes Chief Jeremy Fugate, all of the Northern District of Texas. And with that, I'll turn it over to Ryan.
Good morning. I'm Ryan Raybould. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims. The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendants' roles in the federal offense. This is as follows: electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions. Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least 2 of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. The victims in this case came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this, we will, together with our law enforcement partners here and the other ones in the Northern District of Texas, will bring you swiftly to justice. I want to thank the FBI Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, the FBI's Memphis Resident Agency and Nashville Field Office, the Memphis Safe Task Force, the Dallas Police Department, the United States Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, Michael Dunovit, and AUSA Greg Wagner, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Texas, my dear friend and colleague Jay Combs, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Tennessee, including my colleague Braden Busek, for their outstanding contributions in this multi-jurisdictional investigation and prosecution. I'd also like to highlight the extraordinary work. None of this happens without the extraordinary work of our AUSAs in this office, and I'm here to say we have the best AUSAs in the entire country. That includes AUSAs Robert Withers, Claire Demers, and my violent crime chief, Jeremy Fugate. This case really underscores the importance of standing up for crime victims, no matter who they are or where they come from, and the incredible collaborative, investigative partnerships that we have, not only in the Northern District of Texas, but across the country, and we are all working together to make our country safer.
Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another great episode of Shyt Talkin Time with your boy Girls, not me, who else? As always, this video is sponsored by HeartandStrikeClothing.com, so please make sure you check them out. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out, too. This episode today is me tapping back in on the whole Pooh Shiesty thing. For a while, like I said, I'm going to let my AI do the job. You know, as y'all see, I'm back. Y'all can pitch me on real. It's really me. But at the end of the day, like I said, I let my AI do the thing because, like I said, I kind of wait to report. You know, I'm a small platform, so I don't think nobody's gonna be sending no seats in the system or shit like that to me. So I kind of always let the bigger platforms put the shit out first, and then I'll put it out. Outside of that, that's how it go. But you know, I remember a few months back when Shyt Nash originally started talking about it. It kind of died out. Then Tasha K said something about it, and it kind of died out. And then it just came back full swing with everything that y'all see coming out now. It's more stuff coming out daily. One person claiming that Gucci is cooperating. One people say he's not. It's just so many back and forth dealing with this. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just been so many things that's been going on with this whole little ordeal. And then it's like, keep seeing videos, Gucci saying he ain't cooperated. People saying his charge has been filed. You know, we actually seen something that was on the news with the actual police department. So, I mean, there's never really no point of people keep saying that the shit is bullshit. I just hope that it's not as stupid as they're reporting it. I hope it's a mix-up. Even as early as today, somebody said it was a video. I mean, I tried my best to find it. Of course, it was a bunch of AI fan-generated Jones that they created, dumb stuff. But I didn't find an actual video of the actual situation. I mean, being those that it did happen at a place of business, I would think that it would. Even for me, like if you look from the reports and from what I still been hearing, people are still all over the place. It originally was supposedly happen in California. And then if y'all notice in Shyt Nash video, he said, well, by the time I made it to Houston, so that's what I'll be telling people. You gotta listen for the little Easter eggs they drop and run. So that's how I had a feeling that it didn't happen in LA, but I had to continue to report because that's what was being reported. I'm never the first one. Unfortunately, I don't want to be, but the situation happened at a studio in Houston. So from what the story that I got was Gucci was there doing some music or whatever, or taking care of something. If anyone know, Pooh Shiesty was paroled to Houston, so he was living living in Texas. So that's what he was doing there. I guess it was more like he called him, he told him to pull up. Shit didn't go well when they start chopping it up. Shit went left. I don't know. But that's what they're alleging. You know, to pull up, let's talk. Business was supposed to be done. Business was supposed to be talked about. Business conversation went left. Shit happened. Um, some people lost some things. A lot of feelings got hurt. Fast forward on, here he is a few months later, and now he got warrants coming out. Before I go, I mean, I do have a narrative that nobody is pushing. Pooh Shiesty was just released from federal custody. He's on federal monitor. He's a high-profile rapper who we know just obtained millions of dollars. I mean, we're not stupid. We know YouTube pays, and his videos was fire on YouTube right now. So we knew he had a nice chunk of change. The feds know this. So how about we say that maybe he was followed? And a lot of times, y'all people don't understand how much power the feds have. I hope y'all really don't understand that. I mean, hope y'all understand that. Yeah, it might sound like some TV show shit, but if anybody want to call me on it, call me on it. If these feds is surveilling this building, keep in mind, they're not just watching Pooh Shiesty, they're watching everyone that's tied to him. They probably got to tell on his dad, they got to tell on 30, they got to tell on this girl, they got to tell on his mom, they got to tell on anybody that's valuable to them. They're probably telling Gucci because he works for you. So let's drum a theory, a possible theory that the internet doesn't want because it makes sense and it could be true. Possibly the feds was following them the whole time. If y'all don't think that they have the ability to tap into inside cameras in the building, definitely if they're online or Wi-Fi, you're fucking stupid. If they knew possibly that they frequent this studio, could even had it already bugged and set up for them to get what they needed. For one of the people that was in the vicinity or inside of the studio when it happened could also be a 5K1 or cooperative. Could have been wired. They could, they can tap into cell phone microphones and cameras. It's just a lot of things that y'all need y'all to understand that the government has the ability to do. So I understand that the negative narrative and the negative algorithm wants you to say that somebody told Gucci told possibility. Gucci might didn't even say shit. He probably got woke up too. And then they asked him, why didn't you say anything about this incident? Well, it's my belongings. I didn't have to. It is your choice to file charges. He doesn't have to. A nigga can rob you and you can say, no, I don't want to press charges. See what I'm saying? So it is a possibility, and that's an alternative theory that I hope the algorithm sucks up and let go somewhere. Because it's a possible theory. I mean, he's under federal indictment. It's not like none of my homies that just did 2 years for check scams and now he home. No, the feds ain't following him. Yes, or anything he do, they gonna probably be on top of if they get in trouble. But for somebody that's high profile, yes. And then you come out and you drop a first day out that sounds like you still on the same demon time. Yeah, they probably gonna follow him. Yeah, they probably gonna be on this bump. So at the end of the day, I tell people be patient. I mean, everybody in this situation ain't got nothing but time, man. Nothing but time. So let's just be patient and let's not be the first to put out bad narratives or, speak bullshit into existence, man. And this could actually be a possible misunderstanding. I mean, who knows? Maybe it could be publicity. I mean, Gucci is a good marketing dude. This could be publicity. I mean, I tell people a lot of times they look over that, and I'm just trying to be funny because you can't run publicity with police. If they find out that you used them for some type of fucking marketing scheme or marketing stunt, y'all all going to jail. So let's get that out of our head. I'm just saying that shit for, GP. Well, me, myself, I would have definitely said that it was a skit and it was a mistake and it got out into the world incorrectly. That's what a stand-up nigga would say. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, where's my stuff at? I don't know. I have an episode. I probably lost it, gave it away to somebody. I don't know where it's at. See what I'm saying? That's what, for me to have to protect the hardcore hip hop image, that's what I would say. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, the other two people said y'all got robbed. I said, I don't know. I have an issue, mental issue, which is on paper. The world knows. I don't know. If it happened, I don't remember the details. Now, if they do something, that's on them. And if you call me to the stand, I'm gonna say the same thing. I have a medical condition. I forget things. I go through episodes. I might have been going through one. I don't remember. Plain and simple. So just it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm a little more sane mind. I heard Gucci go off. To me, I know a lot of other niggas that say the same thing. Like, damn, that man just hit it on the head. That's really all had to be said if you want to stand on shit, if you want to smoke. Pull up on the smoke. Yeah, shut your stupid ass up. Something don't smell right. So until it do smell right, I think people should just wait, just let the details come out, let the charges all get filed, let them get whoever they need to get, and then let them do their preliminary, and then them statements will start to come out. And we'll start to hear a little bit more stuff, but what it is for now. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, this video is sponsored by HeartandStripeClothing.com. You can check us out at HeartandStripes.com. I'm sorry. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. As you see, that makes the channel grow. It's been doing better now. I'm getting more subscribed. I'm getting more likes. I'm getting comments. I'm getting shares. And I really appreciate y'all guys. It make me feel like my hard work is actually going to something now. Being those that I know we're about to hit our 100 videos, so I'm hella excited. That's why I really been going hard because, you know, I really start to see my other channels start to pick up as we hit that 100 video. And I'm hella excited about it, man. So I'm trying to get there, you know, and see where we go from there. I mean, shout out, you know, I definitely want to do something special for my subscribers once we hit, you know, that monetization mark. Since they lowered it for us, now the monetization bar is low. But if you ever want to support the channel, you can always go to HeartandStripeClothing.com, pick you up some apparel. Other than that, you know, it is what it is, man. And as always, I'll see y'all guys next time.